get a professional attitude towards this, we are doomed for failure.
You break your balance, trip the leg, control the body.
They ain't gonna stand put forever.
Why you want the chiefs to lose so? Why you want the chiefs to lose so?
They already have two. Lamar don't
Why?
have.
You're jealous because you know the chiefs getting closer to the Patriots. Let's go to the last part.
No,
of the
not no.
Let's go to the last part.
This is 10 Questions. I'm Andy Johnson. The distance from where we should be in the world in going forward on our commitments with climate change.
The effects of climate change that cannot be accounted for, it's called loss and damage. And we're seeing loss and damage happening so much more in this decade and the previous decade.
The principal term there was this question of the correspondent banking issues.
That is why we're trying to build capacity with this country here, Trinidad and Tobago, and other countries in the region. Man is not showing any signs of stopping or even slowing down. More than half of the forest in Trinidad is already gone.
All the plants and all the animals and all of the nice clean water and fresh air and everything had to be on this planet for humanity to have a chance.
We have small change when it comes to countries that can take decisions, and when they speak, the world listens.
The General Assembly is a very democratic forum. And Trinidad and Tobago has the same vote as Canada, in spite of the obvious difference in size.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Are you driven, ambitious, and ready to earn? WESN, the content capital, is expanding, and we're looking for dynamic media sales executives to join our team. Sell powerful advertising solutions across television, digital, and social media platforms, and help brands tell their story. If you have strong communication skills, a passion for sales, and the drive to succeed, join WESN today. Send your CV to marketing@wsncc.com or WhatsApp 68-61662 and start building your future.
Hi, I am Emiliana Beechan, and I am a mental health and conflict resolution consultant. Welcome to Mind Matters, the show where we explore the intricate world of mental health and the art of conflict resolution. Join us as we hear from mental health professionals, conflict resolution experts, and everyday people who have transformed their lives through understanding and communication. Mind Matters, WESN Content Capital.
WESN.
Trinidad and Tobago, where every moment feels like a celebration. I've partnered with MRWI to come to Trinidad and Tobago to eat and to meet the people who make this dual island nation so special.
Sorry for waking you up so early. No, it's worth it because we're here for the doubles. First taste of Trini food. I've never been here before. Yeah. I've never had a double. Okay. I've never even had a single. Okay. Well, it's gonna be and there's also like triples and stuff too if you're really hungry, you know, it's all good.
This is Alan, local YouTuber, Trini legend, kitchen and my guide for the next 5 days.
There's a lot of argument about what's Trini food, but there's no denying that this is a staple, easily the most popular food in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay,
let's dive in. And this is Harry Lal's doubles. Now there's probably like 42,000 doubles vendors in Trinidad and Tobago, such as the desire to get doubles. But to me, they're very good in this area of Trinidad. They make it hot and fresh. They have all their sauces and everything. They're ready to serve you. This is what you call barra, right? Freshly fried, very fluffy and nice, as you can see. And in this little pot here, that's where they have the split peas, the chickpeas, the chana. It's seasoned well. And normally you can have it just like that. Or there's an option to add it with cucumbers, shadow benny, which is like our local cilantro, tamarind sauce. Wait, actually, before you put that, hold on. Well, we like hot pepper in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, do me up.
Are you a spicy guy?
I can do spicy.
Right, well, she already did it for you.
Okay. Well, don't kill me, but
yeah, don't kill it, but I don't know.
Thank you so much.
So get it in the palm of your hand.
Okay, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That is saucy.
I'm going to leave it up to you to go first. Now I'm going to show you.
Yeah,
There's no
show me.
right or wrong way technically to eat it, and it is a street food. It's okay if you make a little mess, right?
Okay.
Just what you don't want to do is get it on yourself.
Yeah, okay.
So most people kind of hunch over a little bit.
All right.
And you can either fold everything. What I like to do is I lift one.
Okay, so kind of pour that sauce onto the other one. Yeah.
And then flip it upside down.
Okay.
It may be hot to the touch, FYI.
No problem.
And I like to pinch it almost like a cloth.
Okay.
And it is hot, it's hot, yeah. If it's too hot, back off a little bit, you know?
I can handle it. All right,
and I take it and I literally...
All right, I can tell you've done this before many times.
Too many times.
Best here. Okay, my first double in Trinidad. Oh. Oh my God.
Very simple food, vegan, you know, very affordable.
No meat, very good. Yeah. It's like a perfect combo of like sweet, spicy, savory. I love that barra.
Yeah. So there's a lot of variations in Trinidad and Tobago, but ideally, you want it light and fluffy.
Yeah.
And it's always best when people are making it fresh on the spot. That's why it's so hot, because it was just made.
And they're frying this?
They're frying it.
Okay, yeah, okay. And there's a little bit of turmeric in there, I think? Or
yeah, they put a lot of everything. You know, we're very
Spices,
seasoned people. We like our seasonings. And of course, you can get it without pepper and stuff if you so desire.
No, with the pepper's good. It is saucy. And you can right away kind of see some of those Indian influences.
Yes.
Fair to say?
Very fair to say.
Okay.
Heavy Indian influence, I would say.
With the chickpeas, even you call chana the same as in India, they call it chana. Man, that is really, really good. That hits the spot this morning.
And you're basically cleaning your plate with the rest of your barra.
Really pleasantly surprised. It's got a little bit of a sweetness to it too.
The sweetness you'll be tasting is what they call sweet sauce, or normally tamarind. Like an infused tamarind fruit with a little bit of spices and stuff, and that's the sweet taste that you're getting.
It's definitely sloppy, but that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's not a clean food. You just don't want it, on yourself.
Yeah. And
a lot of people will buy this on the way.
It's spicy. It's like a delayed release.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good. I'm back.
Wow. Fair to say the most popular street food in Trinidad?
It is for sure the most popular food period in Trinidad.
Yeah, I've been waiting to come here just for that, and yeah, worth it. Man, that's so good. Doubles, but you can have quadruples.
Yeah, basically the amount of barras is what you would call it. Doubles is the popular name. If you have 3 barra, it's a triple.
Okay.
If you have 4 barra, it's a quadruple. But doubles is the standard.
So we're taking a little peek in the kitchen here. They're making the barra for the doubles, and you can see the little bit of a yellow color to the flatbread because, yeah, there is some spice actually in the dough and then fried up. But even though it's fried, it's not like crispy. It's just fried like a little bit, so it's nice and light and fluffy, and it just soaks up all that chana and all that sauce. So I just noticed something. We're here at the doubles stall, which is arguably the most popular food in all of Trinidad, but right across the street is maybe another one of the most famous foods in all of Trinidad, KFC, which to be honest, not a huge fan, but here in Trinidad, you have to try KFC, so sometime on this trip, we'll be stopping there to try some fried chicken. They just load that up, so sloppy. And like I was saying, there's some Indian influences in this dish. We're going to talk about, you know, what makes Trini food. Obviously it's its own unique food, but there is a lot of influences here from African to Creole to Indian. You've really got it all here, and it kind of makes this unique blend and fusion, but we'll be telling you about that all day. I'm going to dig into another doubles here. This is just so freaking good. So I gotta use Alan's technique to kind of hunch over here and not get anything on myself. Like, the sauce is just so full of flavor, but the bara, the bread, is really where it's all at, 'cause it just soaks up that sauce. I've never really had a bread quite like that. It's a perfect combination of flavors, just how I like it. Sweet, spicy, a little bit savory, a little bit of cucumbers in there for a nice crunch. No, that's phenomenal. Yum. My first double in Trinidad, one of many.
My first biome double.
Messy?
Really messy. Look at my hand. It's a perfect thing to start. Yeah, the sauce is really good.
So we have left Port of Spain, the capital city, behind, and we have headed north along the beautiful coastal road here. Incredible views, and we are heading to a place called Maracas Bay because there's a very famous dish there, bake and shark, that I've been told I must try. I cannot leave Trinidad without trying, but just check out this view we had to stop for. So on our way to Maracas Bay, we spotted a pretty popular little parking lot with a couple different stalls, and one of them is selling something called chow, which is just pickles. So they have all kinds of different pickles. They're pickled with something they call shadow benny, which is just cilantro, garlic, salt, vinegar, and mostly fruits, but they also had different vegetables and whatnot. We did get a little bit of everything, but I've got the mangoes right here, so you can see that kind of green sauce there. That's from the cilantro. Just served right in the bag with a beautiful view over the water here. Let's try this. Wow. Salty, super salty. But once you start to kind of chew it, you get into that sweet mango. And I think there's a little bit of chili in there too, because it got a bit of a heat. But yeah, that's very salty. Be good with a beer. So now we got the pineapple. I think I'm just gonna go in with my fingers here. A whole cross section of the pineapple. Okay, this one's less salty. Really nice. It's still crisp pineapple. Like, I don't think it's pickled very long because it's not like completely infused. Still got that pineapple sweetness. Yum. Very good. A little bit spicy actually, which I like. Almost reminds me of like Thai style like somtam or something maybe, because it's like sour, salty, and spicy and sweet.
And it's blue.
Canada.
Canada, Montreal.
No. Okay, last up for the chow, we have something that I'm not really familiar with. They call here pomme cite, or in English, I guess it's called ambarella fruit. That does sound familiar. I think maybe I've tried it. Oh, it's really hard. I think I gotta grab it with my hands as well. I don't know if there's a pit or what. Tastes good. Lost half of the pickle juice, but it tastes really good. It's almost like a pear. Oops. Okay, that's it for the chow. So you can see they've got all the chow lined up here. They've got cherries, which we didn't try, but I gotta give up for the pineapple. Very good. Trini treats. Okay, let's head to Maracas Bay. So we're here at Uncle Sam's Bacon Shark in Maracas Bay. They are an institution. It's a third generation shop since 1985, and we've been invited in the back kitchen. Really popular spot. So we're gonna have the famous Bacon Shark, which is a shark sandwich, I guess, or burger. And it's made with this bread, which is not the same as the doubles bread. This is not bara. So they actually call this float because it just floats right up to the top when you fry it. So just a little bit of kneaded dough into the deep fryer, fried up, and now let's see the rest of the process. So they're using a couple of different types of sharks. This is like the premium shark meat, which is the mako shark. They also use blue sharks, and then locally they actually source some hammerhead sharks. So it's all part of the Trinidadian culture. Spiced up, marinated, breaded, and then straight into the deep fryer. Alright, got my bacon shark. Check this out. We're gonna go sauce it up in the condiment section. But here we go. That is looking so good. So, like I said, they call it float because it floats up to the top, but they also call it bake. So just the bread and the fried shark. So we definitely gonna go sauce this up in the condiments. Let's go. So we got the toppings, condiments here, a bunch of different veg and sauce, and I'm just gonna dress this up with, I think, everything. A little bit of pineapple, why not? So this is a must. This is the same like we just tried with the chow, the shadow benny, the type of cilantro sauce, which is on everything here. Just cover that, and we got a couple more sauces back here. One of them's like a pepper sauce. Yes, please. And maybe a little bit of garlic sauce, I believe. And that's looking pretty deluxe. We'll see. Okay, time for the bacon shark. This thing is a monster. I loaded it up. I love the feel of that bread already. Nice and fluffy, freshly fried shark. They also do bacon shrimp, bacon kingfish. They have all kinds of different things. Anything that comes in this type of bread here, they call it bake. So let's try this. I've topped it with, I think, nearly everything they had in there. Oh man, yum. Okay, that is like, well, I was gonna call it a fish burger, but it's a shark burger. It's the best shark burger I've ever had, and it's better than any fish burger I've ever had either. It doesn't, like, shark doesn't have any distinguishable taste compared to any other white fish. In anything, it's a little bit softer and juicier than most fish, and less like flaky and dry, but really good with the pineapple, with that garlic sauce, that pepper sauce. Just look at how stuffed this thing is. I love that you can just load it up with all the veggies, even fruit, pineapple, everything. Oh my. That's seriously good. The bake is so fluffy on the outside. Uncle Sam's here in Maracas Bay. This blows any fish burger or any seafood burger out of the water that I've ever had. Doubled up on the shark, super crispy with the onions and the pineapple and that pepper sauce. What is not to like? I love the bake, the bun. It's so fluffy, even though, again, like it's fried, it's still fluffy, almost like the doubles bara, but a little bit crispier on the outside. And that has some heat to it. And already, I've just had a couple bites of food here in Trinidad. I know that this was gonna be good, and it is already living up to the expectations. Trini food is just on another level. Oh my God. So good. So here was Saeed, he just put on a nice show for us, the bartender at Uncle Sam's. Thanks, man, that was awesome. That takes a lot of practice. How many years?
What, 17 years in the industry?
17 years, yeah. I believe it. Crazy stuff, man. Thanks so much.
No problem, man.
So this is the Maracas Bay or Maracas Beach, one of the most popular beaches here in Trinidad. You can actually see out in the distance the ferry that goes to Tobago, which is the other island of Trinidad and Tobago, which we will be visiting later on this trip. Unfortunately, Alan, Trini Surfer, couldn't come to Maracas with us, so that's why you're not seeing him, but he's gonna join us for our other episodes here in Trinidad. And just already, I'm getting such a good vibe here. The island life, the locals are so friendly, the food has been incredible, and just look at this beach. Stunning, stunning beach.
England and Trinidad. Hey, hey, hey!
Maracas Bay.
Yeah.
Here at Uncle Sam's, they have more than just the bacon shark. They have a whole experience, so they've got a pretty popular bar. I mean, we are right next to the beach, so we got a lot of beachgoers coming up to get their drinks. And I just ordered, I don't know, maybe the girliest thing on the menu, but the pineapple punch, and it is turning up in here. Let's give this a try. I don't know what he put in. I just kept putting things in, and all I know is it's gonna be really strong. Whew. Yeah, that's that local Trini rum. Actually though, really good flavor, but strong. Refreshing. Now, whatever your thoughts and opinions are on eating shark, I will say, you know, they're eating the whole shark here, the whole meat. It's not like some shark fin thing where they just slice the fin off and waste the meat. You're eating the meat here. It's just as good as any other fish, really. Oh, one of these and I'm gonna be dancing carnival. That's how I did.
All right, guys, the time has come to try the world famous Trini KFC. Now, on Trucks to Travel, we like real food, and I have not stooped to the low of reviewing any of the big fast food chains, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, none of that crap. If you're a fan of them, I don't care. I'm not. It's not my cup of tea. You can go watch all my videos. You'll never find any fast food reviews, and you can see lots of other YouTubers. They're doing it. They're getting lots of reviews, but I just have so much respect for food that never got to that point. But Trinidadian KFC, apparently it's the best in the world. Everyone told me I have to try it, so we're doing it. Let's go. Let's go see what this is all about. I think the last time that I had KFC was when I accidentally ordered it, like pocket dialed, ordered it on Uber Eats or whatever by accident one time. That was about a year ago, and then before that, I have no idea. It's been a long time. All right, I will say they're quite friendly here, very friendly. So apparently the deal here in Trinidad KFC is they use the local chickens and they have their own spice mix. So we got a couple chunks of chicken there, looking nice and greasy. I'm just gonna go in, let you know what I think here. Trini KFC. Can't believe I'm doing this. 10 years, haven't filmed any fast food. Now we're gonna do it right now in Trinidad. It's good. Not bad. Feel like tastes like normal. I don't know what normal tastes like really though. It's like just normal fried chicken. Really greasy. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's fried chicken. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to review KFC. It feels so wrong. Like, everyone knows what KFC tastes like. I
I don't even really know what KFC tastes like. I feel like it just tastes like normal. Okay, got that. And then I got some tenders too, which are overflowing with some sauce, mystery sauce. They didn't have the mustard. Oh, it's a little bit sweet. I had this mustard though. No, they didn't have the honey mustard. They had regular mustard. Not even really that crispy. Okay. This is the weirdest review I've ever given. Trini KFC. Maybe I'm being a little bit snobby right now, but it's not even really that crunchy. I thought it was gonna be like crunchy, spicy. I don't know. I'll give it a thumbs to the side. We did it. We did it, folks. We had Trini KFC. Hope you're happy. I cannot confirm whether it's better than normal KFC or not because I don't eat it enough to know whether it's any better, but oily, greasy, like look at my napkin here. Super greasy napkin. But we did it. We had Trini KFC.
It's so for me.
Okay. We like fried chicken though. I mean,
You like
I'm afraid.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm a fan of fried chicken. I just like, I don't know, anything that doesn't come, what am I trying to say now? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm done. I'm falling asleep. There's another brand behind me that I'm not a big fan of. So that's it for the 24 hours of eating in Trinidad. And as you can imagine, having some greasy KFC after a day of eating like that, maybe it would taste a little bit better if I was more hungry. So sorry to all of you KFC lovers out there if I rained on your parade. It wasn't all that bad though. But that's going to be it for 24 hours of eating in Trinidad, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.
Problems trying to get aroused, women
Loss
who
of
have
libido.
loss of libido, and women who have problems actually trying to achieve an orgasm. Something as simple as that. So all of those things tend to happen a little bit further along after the hot flashes and the night sweats, but they are real symptoms. They do exist, and they get pushed under the rug quite a lot. So they are commonly underdiagnosed. They're underreported, they're underdiagnosed, they're undertreated.
This is 10 Questions. I'm Andy Johnson. The distance from where we should be in the world in going forward on our commitments with climate change.
The effects of climate change that cannot be accounted for, it's called loss and damage. And we're seeing loss and damage happening so much more in this decade and the previous decade.
The principal term there was this question of the correspondent banking issues.
That is why we're trying to build capacity with this country here, Trinidad and Tobago, and other countries in the region. Man is not showing any signs of stopping or even slowing down. More than half of the forest in Trinidad is already gone.
All the plants and all the animals and all of the nice clean water and fresh air and everything had to be on this planet for humanity to have a chance.
We have small change when it comes to countries that can take decisions, and when they speak, the world listens.
The General Assembly is a very democratic forum. I mean, and Trinidad and Tobago has the same vote as Canada in spite of the obvious difference in size.
Good morning and welcome to AM Prime on WESN. I am Takia Thompson, your host for our Feel Good Friday show. Now, we know Trinbagonians are passionate about their food. That was a special video feature that we just saw by international food blogger and traveler Luke Martin, who traveled to our island earlier this year to put some of our most beloved dishes to the test, sampling, tasting, and rating the flavors of our street food. And we found out he had a lot of great things to say. Moving on, let's tell you what's happening over the weekend in our Weekend Plans segment. Women seeking a supportive space to grow their careers, businesses, and personal goals will have the opportunity to connect and collaborate at the Success Social hosted by Lauren Collective. The co-working and networking experience is designed to bring together ambitious women in a productive yet relaxed environment, fostering meaningful relationships, accountability, and inspiration. The event takes place on Saturday, June 13th at the Refreshed Cafe from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Co-founders Shanice Webb and Kimberly Gilbert joins us this morning to tell us more on the event. Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Good
Takia.
morning.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
It's a pleasure to have you all in studio with us to share more on this.
Thank you for having us.
So, right off the bat, of course, Kimberly or Shanice, can you tell us what inspired Lauren Collective to create such a Success Social, as well as how does this event differ from a traditional networking event?
Great question. So what really inspired Lauren to create this event really comes out of what inspired Lauren as a whole. Yeah. And during the pandemic, really and truly, we felt disconnected. Kimberly and I knew each other for years prior through like volunteerism and different initiatives that we worked on previously. And we were like, oh my gosh, we're in the house, we can't go out, we can't connect with our friends. Like, let's create a space where women can meet, chat, we could do things that are productive, but also things that are fun. So during the pandemic, we did online sessions. We talked about friendships, relationships, managing your business, your accounting. Like, we did serious topics, we also did fun things. And we had women from across Trinidad and Tobago. We had persons from Guyana, even Belize joining us on those calls. Just connecting, building community, because I think that is what we really needed, especially in a time of social distancing. And as we transition from that COVID times to present, we felt that the need for community continued for us and for the women that are part of our group. And so that is where the Success Social came from. We wanted to provide approachable, because the price is very affordable. It's $150 for the session, right? You also get, with that one, even get a voucher for the cafe. So it's not about the money for us. For us, it's about building our community, finding a space for women to connect and build, and really for us to continue to grow from strength to strength, both personally and as a collective.
Absolutely.
I can add, I would also say that we meet a lot of women who have incredible ideas, who are talented, who are ambitious, but they struggle to put aside time to really dedicate that time to building their dreams and what they want to do. So I would add to what Shanae said and say that the Success Social actually provides that space where women can commit to building their dreams, building the life that they want to live, while also making meaningful connections with other ambitious women. And what makes us different from networking, a typical networking space, is that we have dedicated focus areas where persons can actually sit. We have time allotted for you to actually work on what is yours, your business, whether it be an actual business or you want to come and just brain dump and sort out your life. You know, we need to get away sometimes and really put that effort in. So that really makes us different from a typical networking session.
Wow.
And I think too, people see networking events sort of like this professional advancement. And some of the women that I've spoken to are in different stages of life. Some people are mothers, some people have their businesses, and even some people are in different transitions. And some people are older women as well that are like, what can I bring to the space? And we're like, your experience. Like, you have a wealth of experience that we ourselves don't have. Like, you know, so things that your personal lived experience is what we see as important and valuable, not necessarily what you've achieved economically or professionally or your degrees, you know. So honestly, it's a wide cross-section of people. Because sometimes you go to a networking event, it's the same faces, the same people, you know, that sort of thing. But it's really about bringing different women together to share, you know, and your value isn't in what you do, it's who you are. And I think that is the message.
I definitely love that. And I feel like you guys definitely set the tone and answered a bit of this in terms of persons watching on, and you know, they're probably wondering, what can I expect, or you know, what can the attendants expect when they go to an event like this? So I heard that a space is provided, but just to elaborate more on, you know, that expectation looking forward to the event itself.
When persons arrive, first of all, you're going to get a warm greeting. It's like, welcome home, right? And, you know, that melts your stress away from the start. Yes. And also, we're going to have an icebreaker. Okay, I'm queen of icebreakers, so we're going to have something that is very interactive, because persons may be a bit shy, a bit reserved. So we really want to get to know who's in the room and get persons in the mind frame for the day. We also have the 2 focus work sessions. So the event is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have a focus working session in the morning and another in the evening. So that's when they can sit and actually build their dreams. I would call it their dreams, right? We also have a segment called show and tell. Yes, so the show and tell is, so you can see it's very fun, right?
Yes.
It's not just work.
Yeah.
So the show and tell, we've actually this time invited 2 persons that have been to all of our events so far to share about their businesses, right? What they're doing. Both of them actually have products. One has a rental and one has hair products. So they will be coming and they'll be sharing on their products, where to find it, how to access it, things like that. And then we go into a lunch period, because you know we have to sustain ourselves.
Yes, we do.
And then into a speed networking, right? Which will be extremely fun. And we are setting up in such a way that everybody gets ample time to speak, so that you don't run out of time or nobody overtakes the conversation and persons don't get a chance to share. And then, of course, a beautiful wrap-up where we'll discuss what we've accomplished today, the impact that the day has had, and what are the next steps. So it's a simple yet fun yet productive type of agenda that persons are going to have. And because, as Shanice mentioned, the price point is quite low, we really hope that persons can attend each time so that we can track their progress.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'm even more excited as we're just, you know, diving into this. And can you tell us more about Laren Collective and the work the organization does in general? Yeah.
So at Laren Collective, our focus is about women empowerment and building community. So as I shared before, like we've done sessions around, so we do like sessions that focus on different thematic areas. So whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's about mental health, we did sessions previously about investing, so we brought in investment experts to come and teach women, okay, how do we invest our money? What are the best strategies for doing so? We've done some on motherhood as well. So one of our members is a doula, or in training to become a birthing doula. And so she shared about that experience and like alternative ways of childbirth and how do we support mothers. So really and truly, it is about how do we support each other, right? So the work that we do is not just about Kimberly and I, but it's about how we focus on the people who are part of the group and also helping each of us to build together. You know, a lot of times when we look at growth, we're looking at, okay, who is the CEO, who is the manager, who's the person above us that we can connect to. And our model is to look across. How do we look at our peers and see how we can build one another up? And really, truly, it's about also tapping into the resources that are already part of the group. So that's what we are truly about. So another event that we've done in the past and we're bringing it back in a couple of months, looking at probably August, is Sensational. So it's an event where one of the persons who's a part of the group, Chanel, she has a company called Digicel, Bath and Body. So she sells body butters and body wash and body oils and all those things. And we do a workshop where people come, it's fun, and you come and you learn how to make products. So the last one, they did how to make a body butter, they did a body mist. And so this session, we're looking at body oils and other fun things that people can do. You can bring your girlfriend, that sort of thing. So we are really, yes, there's that sort of like development side, but also about fun and interaction and like, you know, just finding time to free up yourself and, you know, really express yourself.
I'll summarize and say Laren Collective is a community of women supporting women to become them better selves. Basically.
Yeah.
In many aspects of life.
Wow. And along those lines, can you share and tell us, you know, Kimberly, what challenges do women often face when trying to grow, whether it be professionally or entrepreneurially, or how does this event, you know, channel or help them address these challenges?
One of the challenges that some of the challenges I should say that we're seeing is that persons are struggling to dedicate time to commit to what they have to do. Some people have self-doubt. Some people are struggling with confidence. Some people have other commitments that are bogging them down. What this space provides is an opportunity where you choose yourself. Because a lot of time women don't choose themselves. They choose everybody else to make sure that everybody else is okay. This is a commitment from you to you. It's an act of love for yourself to come and then work on, based on our focus group sessions, work on what you want to establish as a person. You know, a lot of times you ask women, tell me something about yourself. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, you know. Yes, you are, but who are you at your core? What are your characteristics? What do you love? What do you enjoy? What fills you up? What recharges you? You know, those are the things that we want persons to start to identify within themselves and create the lives that they want to live.
Absolutely. I mean, Kimberly, you said that perfect, but I still have to ask Shanice, would you like to add in anything to what Kimberly just said? Or?
I think that she really kind of touched on a lot of the challenges that women face, you know. And I think kind of touching back into, we had, in preparing for this event, right, so I spoke to a couple of women, and they're like, one person, she was in a transitionary period in her life, and she was, you know, older person, like 54. She's like, how old are you? Like, you know, like feeling insecure maybe that, you know, she may not connect with us as young people, or she may not be able to share. And I was like, no, like, we are open spaces, a safe space. Your age really doesn't matter, you know. And I think that is what I'm most proud of about Laren, is like the space that we're creating for women, right? Another person, she's like, well, I don't have a project to work on. I was like, okay, but like, what are you focusing on right now? She's like, I want to become more employable. I said, fantastic. You could come, look on your resume, set up your LinkedIn. We will be the first people on your LinkedIn page. You know, like there are people in the room that can support you, regardless of what you're doing. I'm sure there's someone that has a piece of advice, a connection, you know, things like that. So basically, that is what we're trying to support. Because I think, as Kimberly mentioned, people kind of deal with self-doubt or feeling that, okay, am I good enough? And I think it's a question we ask ourselves all the time. And also, one of the fallacies is that I'm the only person going through this. I'm having this challenge. And thinking that you're alone, and you're not alone. We all have our insecurities, we all have our challenges, but the value of community is that we can work together. We can build on each other's strengths.
And in our last event, one of the persons, she sat and she actually was procrastinating for a year to create her socials for her business and whatnot. And she sat down and she got it done in a couple hours, something that she was just not finding the time or making the time to do. So it's really important for persons to come and choose themselves and work on their business.
Yeah, absolutely. And it brings me to my other question, you know, in terms of what types of women would benefit the most from attending this event, and also what opportunities will attendees have to build meaningful connections, because I know you said it's important in that space where you just connect and build, but, you know, just expand a bit on that for us.
So in terms of, give me first part of the question again.
So in the types of women that would benefit from attending this event,
I would say all women can benefit, because it really is an open space. And I think because I went to a networking mix-up previously, and when I went, it was a mix, but there was a strong mix of like people who do marketing. I'm a marketer myself, but there's a strong mix of people doing marketing, a strong mix of people selling financial services, and also I felt like they felt like this was the opportunity to meet people to propel themselves forward, you know, that kind of thing. Yes, but that's not our focus. Our focus is really about having that mix and that balance, which we've already had, and what we continue to build and grow. So no two person is the same, you know, and I think that is what we represent. Women are not a monolith. We're not all the same. We don't all have the same experiences. So therefore, any woman could come in and find her own space within our events, you know, find her own voice and be able to share and bring her unique experience. And that's what we enjoy. All the women are different. They're very, I would say, they're very vibrant and like have their own opinions and stuff like that. But no two persons the same. Like everybody, you hear one person talk about a topic, somebody else in the corner have a completely different take, you know, but we're all open, you know, and respectful. And I think that's what's the most important part.
Absolutely. And let's talk a bit more on the work aspect part of it. So how can persons use that co-working session to advance their personal or even professional goal, like you mentioned before, the person who, you know, was looking more for employment? So just to, you know, shed some light on persons looking and they're, you know, they're serious about that work lifestyle, they're serious about setting things straight. Can you just share a bit more on it?
Sure. As I mentioned, we have two focused working sessions. One of the things that we do, we also help in providing guidance and giving feedback. So we also have persons after the first working session, we're going to allow persons to share what they're working on, if they would choose to, right? And we get feedback from the room. There is always knowledge in the room, and we never take that for granted, right? Last session, we had someone looking to market one of their projects that they have ongoing that they're building. And right within the room, one of the persons, she's a distributor, and she was able to share with her different ways, different strategies that she think can expand the business and propel the business forward. So we do also, as Shani say, we have a diverse crowd. So we use the knowledge within the room, bounce ideas off each other, be each other's sounding board. It's about support. So you're not on your own in a space. You know, sometimes persons may feel like you're going to an event and you're there, but you feel alone, although there are people around. That's not the feeling that you're going to get with us. You're definitely going to feel, like I said, you're going to feel at home, you're going to feel welcomed, and we share with each other and help to build and support each other.
Yeah, wow. And now I must take in and ask, are there plans to make the Success Social a recurring event?
It actually is a recurring event for sure. Yes, because it's a monthly event. For now, we are operating in El Socorro at Refreshed Cafe, and we're expanding into Point Fortin very soon as well. So we want to set up in different areas and make it accessible, not just affordable, but accessible. And about the affordability part, that's why the cost is low, because we want it to be easily budgeted in to someone's monthly activities, right? So because one of the things that we are looking at is not just sustainability, but accountability. We want to hold each other accountable to the things that we said that we want to do, the parts of ourselves that we want to work on, the projects that we want to build, the businesses that we want to grow. We want to ensure that we, Shanice and I, can help support each and every person that comes to our event. And in doing so, we have to make it a repeat event. We have to ensure, and that's how we build community, So you don't just come one day, you had a great time, and then we never see you again. So we really want to build that community to help support each and every person that attends our events.
Wow. And even to stick in and ask, is there other initiatives that, or events, you know, that the public can expect from Loren Collective in the future?
So, Kimberly and I dream big. So we do have a lot of plans for other things, but in the immediate future, we have this Success Social, but we also have, as you mentioned, we're coming to Point Fortin to do the same, as well as we're looking at the sensational event, which would happen over the summer as well.
We're also looking to do more wellness type retreats to ensure that we're not just looking at finances, but we're looking at ourselves as a whole and the different aspects of our health, and ensure that persons get the tools that they need to make themselves better, as well as the time to make themselves better. So we do have a couple of things. We have a webinar series that may be coming next year, God's willing. A lot of things in the pipeline, but we're taking it slow. We're taking it in stages. We're nurturing each project to ensure that each project is a success, and we're not just throwing things at the wall, you know.
Wow. I'm excited, and it's definitely plans that we'd love to, you know, keep following up on, and you know, to be a part of that journey with you every step of the way, to just let the public know what's happening and what they can expect. And finally, what do you hope that, or what do you hope the attendees will leave with at the end of the day from the event?
At the end of the day, we want persons to have accomplished at least one thing that they set out to do. Right? We're not pressuring persons to create an entire business from scratch on the day. No, no big achievements. Even if it's just a brain dump and say, okay, this is how I'm going to move forward with my life, that's fine. In addition to which, we want persons to know that they are not alone. They're a community of women, like-minded women, who are willing to support, who are willing to be a part of the journey of life with you, hand in hand, and we really want persons to feel supported and loved. That's what we want them to come away with.
Wow. I think we want them to feel energized about what they feel passionate about, like what they want to work on. And I want them to feel excited about taking the next step. Because yes, you came to the session, but between now and the next session, I want you to continue to work on these goals. Feel like, you know, you don't necessarily need to have a whole day or a half day to work on your goals, maybe an hour or 2 hours per day or every other day to work on things that you feel like you can make progress. So I think that's what I want people to feel. I want them to feel energized, but also I want them to feel safe and comfortable. I want them to feel that, you know, I had a great time, made great connections, great food, and, you know, I feel like I'm ready to take on the world.
Just by the way you guys are talking about it, you can tell that it's definitely, well, both of you are actually passionate about what you do, and the space you'll create. And as I said, it's truly commendable, and it's inspirational for young persons looking on, and they're like, okay, this is something that I could dabble in, or something I can step my feet into, because it's about helping and creating that community, which is very special. And just to stick in and for the viewers to know, where can we get tickets? And just a reminder of where the location is and the time. And of course, we know it's Saturday the 13th. So just to give us some information on that.
So our socials are Loren.collective, and that's Instagram, Facebook, as well as persons can get tickets on Island e-tickets. Right, so you're looking for the Success Social, and as you mentioned, it's Saturday the 13th. We're at Refreshed Cafe in El Socorro, and if persons want to reach us to ensure that, you know, they secure their spot, because right now the space is a bit tight, right? They can also contact us via our telephone numbers, so 397-9846 and 7030567. They can reach us on those numbers as well. And they could also message our social media pages at Loren Collective.
Thank you so much for coming on, Shanice, Kimberly, and, you know, having this conversation and letting the public know and letting the viewers know that, especially the women out there, that it's more, there is more to life than just what you would do or take on every day. and that there are spaces where you go to, yes, learn, get some informative information, but also de-stress and have fun while you're at it. It's truly important that women have these spaces, and men also, but you know, the highlight is women right now, that they have these spaces to go and just be themselves, you know, or find their true authentic self without all of the responsibilities placed upon them. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us. This has been a great interview. We enjoyed it.
And you're welcome to come and attend the Success Social as well.
Thank you. Absolutely. Guys, we are about to take a short break, and when we come back, we have more engaging conversations, so stay with us.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for a musical explosion of freedom, culture, and pure steel band magic.
Featuring 5 of the nation's super bands, plus their talented youth bands.
Get ready for generations of steel.
The ultimate celebration of our national instrument.
Featuring 5 of the nation's super bands, plus the talented young band.
Experience the power and passion of Desperados,
Shell Invaders,
Massey Trinidad All-Stars,
First Citizens Supernovas,
and the pride of the South, Fun Clear. Saturday, July 11th.
At the iconic Grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah.
Save $100 and get your early bird tickets at $200 until Saturday, June 27th.
Get yours now. Available at ICNTT.com.
At Crosby St. James.
All Kenny Sports.
All Extra Foods Supermarket.
Westby, Tagariwa. Anthony's by the Park.
Jumbo Foods, Barataria.
GAC Electrical. Opposite Starlight. Tiggermarton Main Road.
Mirage Westside Supermarket in Arima.
And all participating bands. Presented by Super Panman, Dane Gulston and Friends. For more info, call 732-3402.
Generations of Steel.
In every victory, there's a story. In every defeat, there's a lesson. And behind every headline, there's a truth waiting to be told. Next week, veteran sports journalist Andre Batiste takes you beyond the scores, beyond the medals, and beyond the controversy in a special multi-episode series. The good, the bad, and the ugly of sports in Trinidad and Tobago. Hear from some of the nation's top athletes, administrators, coaches, and the biggest names in local sport as they share their triumphs, challenges, frustrations, and hopes for the future. Airs Wednesday 10th to Friday 12th at 2:30 p.m. Only on WESN, the content capital.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
In this day of stay-at-home and work from home, home has never meant more than it does today. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or build your new home, now is the time to get going. Gittins & Gittins real estate agents are here to take you to that place of your dreams. Let us take you home. We help you find that rental to rest along the way, or journey with you to find your home destination. Investors and commercial enterprises too, call us and we'll walk the distance to place your business in just the right location. Owners, leave the headaches to us. We'll find your tenants or buyers while you stay at home. We'll even manage your property at your bidding. Anything real estate, come home to Gittins & Gittins Real Estate. Call us at 760-3280 or 747-1220 or visit us at 16 Fifth Street in Woodbrook.
Hi, I am Emiliana Beechan and I am a mental health and conflict resolution consultant. Welcome to Mind Matters, the show where we explore the intricate world of mental health and the art of conflict resolution. Join us as we hear from mental health professionals, conflict resolution experts, and everyday people who have transformed their lives through understanding and communication. Mind Matters, WESN Content Capital.
Welcome back. Continuing with our weekend plan segment, this weekend, drama lovers and theatre goers can look forward to a chaotic and comedic-infused stage play, Scandal in Cedrus. A beach trip gone wrong, a drug bust in the making, and a cast of colorful characters caught in the middle. That's the recipe behind this production, the hit local comedy that's drawing audiences back for its final performances at Queen's Hold and Naparima Bowl. As the hit production returns to the stage for its final shows, we sat down this morning with the show's director and producer, Richard Raghubar Singh, along with one of the actress, Zumari Tanker, to find out what makes this production the talk of the weekend. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Being here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, for those who haven't seen Scandal in Cedrus yet, how would you describe that play to them?
Yeah, you know, it's a play that, you know, I want to start off first by saying so many people know that theatre is on, but they don't come. Mm-hmm. They have that huge group that they know theatre is on, and you meet them all the time. I'm sure you do too, so.
Of course.
And they always say, I always wanted to come to one of those plays.
Yeah, or somebody I know went.
Or somebody I know went, and they just never come.
Yeah.
This play is an opportunity to come and to see the quality of theatre in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are not aware, and I know certainly for this play, because we've been running this play since after Carnival. And every venue we have gone to, from the time we started actually, from the time we started, has been sold out.
Wow. Yes.
And that's not, I mean, you usually get a good crowds, you know, in terms of the work we do, because we have built up a reputation in terms of RSR, our productions.
Yeah.
But this play has been phenomenal. And I think what connects with people is that it's very topical in terms of what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago today. You know, the issue of the warships, the US warships in the Gulf of Paria and international waters, how that links to what's going on in Cedrus, because it links to the story, because a certain boat has been blown up, and the drugs and money, 10 million US wrapped up in plastic, $10 million wrapped up in plastic, and drugs, about $70 million worth, have washed ashore between Icarcus and Cedrus and disappeared. So that's one of the
Intriguing.
It's one of the themes running, one of the subplots running beyond the idea of this husband and wife, and this is my wife here, of course, so is my wife in the play, and this husband and wife, and I'm from Cedrus in the play, and we are very wealthy, and we have renovated this my parents' property, and we are spending time Carnival week. We are spending Carnival week in Cedrus, and all of this confusion, you know, just starts to explode with regard to what happened with the U.S. warship. And all of other incidents happening, which you kind of referenced, infidelity and all sorts of issues start to crop up, and what exactly happened. And so from the time the play starts, it takes the audience on that journey. And I think because it's so topical in terms of what is happening current day, in the current day, and of course we always include topical references and stuff in the play, I think the audience enjoys the ride, the journey that takes you through this, and it's trying to work out what the hell happened. And I mean, as I said, the response has been phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. It's
phenomenal.
So exciting.
Yeah, it has been a phenomenal. I mean, every theater we have gone to has been packed. And there are people who have seen this play multiple times. And you know what is interesting, Takia, is a lot of new people who have never come to the theater before have come out to this play and cannot believe the quality of theater and stuff like that.
Happening.
You know. Yeah.
Wow.
So I think all of that combines to make it, you know, what kind of production it is today.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the way you definitely, well, spoke about it, one, the passion behind it, it's very much pulling you into want to come and see it. But the play also tackles that serious theme, you know, like the crime and the infidelity, and all of it happens through that humor. So how do you strike the balance with having that humor, but also still making sure that there's a seriousness underlying with what's happening?
It's a comedy. So as the playwright, Ricardo Samuel, who's the playwright, he wrote it. It's a comedy, so the overall theme and energy of the entire play is that it is a comedy.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Serious things may be happening,
But it's comedy.
but ultimately, it will always, the compass, so to speak, will always turn back to comedy.
Wow.
It's not going to stay, even though it will get dramatic at points, it will get thriller, mystery at point, it will get action-oriented at point, it will even get, you know, the infidelity part of it at points. It always still swings back to comedy because that's the genre you're in. So it is ultimately a comedy. But these other themes and other subplots that mix into it is what makes it interesting. But the playwright never loses sight of the fact that this is a comedy.
Right.
You know, and so you always have to veer back to that. I remember, because I do writing too myself, and I always remember watching some comic writers at the time who write for comedies and sitcoms in the United States. And in some of those big sitcoms like, you know, Friends and what's the one with the family again? With I can't remember the name of the show right now, but Friends and
I know which one you're
some
talking about,
some
you know,
big
that trend, yes.
some classic sitcoms, and there was an interview with a whole panel of them, and what they were saying is that a lot of times you may have serious themes, and sometimes it gets very emotional in terms of the sitcom or whatever scene that they're doing, and everybody gets caught up in it, and then they have to remember, no, it is a comedy.
Yes.
So somehow you have to find some trick or leverage to bring it back to that compass that I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So you may have all of these serious things because the U.S. warship blowing up a drug ship, and you have about Venezuelan drug cartel. All of those are things in it. Those are very serious topics.
Right, they are.
But the compass is always comedy.
And I think the comedy is a great vehicle for encouraging conversation and for, through that entertainment, helping people think a little bit about certain things and maybe encouraging a conversation afterwards where, you know, so as Richard said, doesn't get too, it may go there and then it shifts back, but then the messages still remain and the vehicle used is very entertaining.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That tends to happen.
Yes.
Now, was there any particular scene that was especially challenging to bring to life on stage?
I mean, we are an experienced bunch. So,
We do say
yeah,
so,
we're an experienced bunch. So, I mean, we kind of will always navigate that in terms of the script analysis process. Because when you're directing, because if I'm wearing my director's hat for that question, when you're directing, you're looking at what are the various things that you're focusing on in the play as the play progresses, right? What's the arc of the play? What's the arc of the characters? Where are they going? How does costume, how does set design, how does lighting fit into all of that? Because all of those are considerations in terms of when you do theater. And so I think anything that's a challenge, we have to work through how are we solving this? Is it a set challenge? Is it a costume challenge? For example, it's a quick change and an actor has to be back on stage within 5 seconds. How do we accomplish things like that? Because those are real challenges sometimes you have, depending on what play it is. So, but because we have a very experienced and well-oiled machine and we have an ensemble of actors that we work a lot with, even though we have some relatively new actors in this one, because we always bring in new actors at different points. We'll bring in new actors from time to time, and they then become part of the ensemble. So one of the younger ones in this run is Benita Wilson, who is excellent. And so whatever challenges you have, you work through during the rehearsal process.
And actually, Benita, the scene with yourself and Benita, not that we want to reveal anything, but it is, so there's something, a lot of on stage, off stage that goes on between their characters.
Yes,
and
yes,
the way that is staged is, you know, is very intricate and very rehearsed. And I think that striving for excellence that we do in order to make those moments very seamless is, you know, so
you have to work through it.
We have to work through it.
So you have to think about it.
Yeah.
And even when you think you've solved it with the nature of live theater, and you're in different spaces, some spaces have more limitations than others. Not Queen's Hall. Queen's Hall is, you know, top of the line. But different spaces have different, unique situations. Let's not call them different challenges, depending on the theater space. And so you sometimes have to solve problems in real time when you're in the theater itself. And of course, sometimes you have problems that may occur on stage because it's live theater. But you always have to be able to mask it so the audience is not aware. And as you continue with the process. But I think what I can say about the RSRR Productions team and the excellent and wonderful actors we work with is that we never stop working. So even on the last night of a show, you will probably still get notes. At the end of the show, they'll say, you know what, you should have done X, Y, Z. You know, you said a line in a particular way that we never thought of before, and it was excellent. Keep that. And they say, but it's the last show. And I say, well, if ever we do the show again, remember that. So we always keep working. Every single show, we are always watching. Did this work? Did this not work? Is there a better way? You did something that was fantastic. Because live theater can be very organic. So people can have different interpretations. And comedy, because comedy is so hard, a lot of people think comedy is easy, but it's not, because it's about timing.
Definitely not.
And sometimes the pause of breath that you took before you said a line makes it hilarious. That if you did not take that pause, that's the nature of comedy. That second you took, that inflection you gave can change how an audience receives it. And that's why you always say comedy is hard, and people say, oh my God, drama is so difficult. And I always say comic actors can easily do drama. Because they are so accustomed to the metronome and the rhythm of a play and the language, and they're zoned in on it, because comedy requires that. That drama, which has less, I'm not saying that doesn't have timing, there are not timing issues in drama, there are, but it's less rigid. And it's less, it's something that comic actors can understand quickly. And the reverse is not always true. Dramatic actors can't always do comedy. You know? So I think, so it's something that people don't realize.
That's something you would never
you would think,
And then of course when we make it look seamless, people think, oh yeah, no, it's easy. I realize a lot of hard work and discipline goes into making it all happen, bringing everything to life.
Now, Zomari, can you tell us a bit about your character? We heard wife without giving away too much, but would it be, for someone watching for the first time, is your character someone the audience will definitely love, hate, or is it a bit of, you know, that both relationship?
Definitely a bit of both when it comes to my character, Vanessa. You know, she could be very stern, you know, she could be considered mean. Quite mean, whether she means it or not. I think that, and she's, you know, she's going through a situation with her husband. She's not, you know, particularly happy and very suspicious of what's going on with him at the moment. And so I think all that plays into her interactions as well. And she's definitely somebody that you would maybe love to hate. And as you know, in one component, somebody would be like, oh my God. And you know, she's treating somebody in a particular way, you'd probably be like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? But also, you can relate to her. She's very relatable on whatever level you can relate to her on. You might relate to her in a particular, she's very wealthy, you know, and very put together, and some people may look at that and say, oh my God, look at me, look at that, that's my life. Somebody actually has said that. Somebody has reported to me that they heard somebody in the audience actually say, oh my God, that's my life. You know, in one component, and then, you know, you might look at her and relate to how she's feeling. Even though it's a comedy, the characters are still going through their experiences. So you might look and say, oh my gosh, you know, I've gone through that, perhaps. You know, it's very relatable.
And to add into what you're saying, what has this production taught you as an actress yourself?
As Richard mentioned, we're always working. And Richard is very much drilled into us, and the other director, Deborah Buku-Mason, as well, that an actor's work is never done. And so I'm always trying to find ways to add to what I've already created for, you know, for the character Vanessa. I think as well, having the opportunity to play a range of female characters, and now, you know, playing Vanessa, she's completely different. So I thought very deeply about, one, based on Richard and Deborah's direction, how they wanted her played, and then how I'm bringing certain things to this character, how she speaks, you know, how she relates, her body language, and how she dresses, and, you know, everything from giving the costume director sort of an image of what I think that she looks like. You know, so it I would say encouraged me to, or challenged me to just dig a little deeper and to really to get into how I can bring her to life, which is very exciting. Thank you, Richard.
She's excellent in the character. Excellent.
Thank you. And of course, so is he. It is absolutely delightful. I mean, every time we have a rehearsal, we have a line run, we are laughing. Still at this fabulous script.
And we're doing it since, I told you before, since after Carnival. And even when we're running lines, because of course we run lines, and as we prep, as we go into a new theater and stuff like that, sometimes we walk, and we are still laughing. We still laugh at what some other characters are saying, and we are genuinely laughing. Because I think that's one of the things, when you do comedy too, I always, Deborah and myself, we always tell the cast, have fun. Because you have to have fun on stage as these characters. You have to lose yourself in these characters and the magic of the story that you're about to portray, but also have fun doing it. Because fun is infectious. And so when an audience is sitting there watching, and people, you know, people underestimate the power of laughter. They know of it, but they underestimate the power of laughter to really distress you. And we live in very stressful times. The planet is in a very stressful cycle, I guess, with all manner of things happening. And you meet so many people who sometimes send reports or who talk about the play after, and they say, you know, I was down, I was under the weather, I didn't really feel like coming out, and I came to the play. And I felt so much better after the play that really laughter is the best medicine. And some people going through whatever they're going through in their lives, and sometimes, you know, some people come backstage and say, thank you for this. Just thank you for giving me a break in life in terms of being able to just laugh and have fun. And, you know, and a very topical story, you know.
It's fulfilling, it really is fulfilling when we hear
and you don't, because you never know what people are going through. People always have things that they're going through in their lives, whatever it is, you know. And everybody has a story, which is why I always tell actors, be observant and be vigilant. Because you play people, and people surround you every day in life. So if somebody is sitting down somewhere, what's their story? And let your brain, you know, imagine what their story is. You know, because everybody has a story. And so, and everybody has something they're dealing with. And theater and laughter is a great release that kind of resets you, that you can go back to dealing with life again. And I think that's why so many people come to theater, at least come to our plays, RSR Productions, and certainly with Scandal and Cedrus. I mean, as I said, people have come several times. Some people have come multiple, 3 and 4 times, because and they said they have laughed every single time. They say, I know what the play is going to, I know what the plot is, I know what is going to happen, and I am laughing like a fool every single time.
And this is from the beginning, you were literally transported from the beginning. And I think another component of the play is that everything that goes into it, from the music, also created by Richard. Richard is wearing many hats, is phenomenal. So it really takes you along that entertaining ride. And I like to joke and say we provide a service. So it's like a therapeutic service to people because, you know, they just come and have such a great time.
I think a lot of people who never come to live theater just don't know what they're missing. I think they're just ignorant about how much fun it is and how good it is. Wow. You know, how good it is. You know, and like Deborah, the other director, Deborah Buku-Mason, who's also the lead actress in this play. And excellent. And Deborah, you know, when she goes abroad, and she goes to theater all the time, wherever she is. And she was in New York recently, and she went to theater on Broadway and off Broadway. And she always comes back and says, Richard, we are just as good, if not better, in terms of what I see out there. She said the only thing they can maybe beat us in is sets, because Broadway is sets. Yes. You know, they're spending millions of dollars. Yeah. She said, but the quality of acting, she said, we are on par, if not better. And I don't think a lot of Trinidadians and Tobagonians realize that.
Until they come, exactly.
Until they actually come.
Yeah. Your friend from the UK said the same.
Yeah.
You know, said we should come to London to do something because, you know, from what he's experienced, he was blown away.
Yeah. So it's so much fun. And Scandal and Seizures is if you've never come to a place, Scandal and Seizures is a great first play to see.
It is.
Because it takes you on a ride from the beginning straight to the end.
Right. So
and there is never a moment which people have said so many, because you get so many reviews on social media, and through our social media handles, we get so many reviews, and so many people said, you know, there was not one moment that I felt that I was disconnected. I was just, throughout the entire play,
there were connections.
I was waiting to see what would happen next, And I laugh from beginning to end. People say that all the time too. I laugh from beginning to end. You know?
So with all of this excitement and fun, you know, the people of course want to know, give us the time. Well, we know the location is at the
Queen's Hall this weekend. Saturday, this Saturday, the 27th, 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 28th at 6:30 p.m. Get your tickets, guys. Richard already said this play has been sold out.
But you can get the tickets at Queen's Hall box office. They're open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can also get your tickets at various outlets. We have physical outlets that sell tickets. So K-Squared Fashions, they have several outlets. So they have in West Mall, Eastgate, Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, and C3 Center in South for the South Show, because the following weekend, the 4th and 5th of July, we're in Naparima Bowl. Right, so tickets are already selling for Naparima Bowl. So many tickets have already sold for Naparima Bowl, and Naparima Bowl is next week.
Wow.
People are already buying tickets for Naparima Bowl because the show has excellent word of mouth. Excellent. And so you could get it at those outlets, as well as if you're in Arima, at Electronics in Arima, if you're in Valsane, at Val Park Shopping Plaza, and Tony's Florals, and Shafle Auto Services in Shafle, if in Shafle, and in Tunapuna, Jubilee Rawi in Tunapuna. And of course, our brand new website, rsrrproductions.com. You can purchase tickets online, you can buy tickets online, you can use your local debit card, you don't have to have a credit card. So you can use debit or credit cards and purchase tickets right online there, and you'll get your QR code immediately in your email. And you can add it to your Google or Apple wallet, and you're good to go.
Well, I love the different means and avenues there is to get tickets. So there is no reason anyone should be saying, well, I couldn't get a ticket in time to come and see the show. This is just perfect.
And of course, all the information's on the social media pages, RSRR Productions Theatre. In case you forgot any details, you can go and get all the details of what we said right there as well.
On Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Right. So we're everywhere. And you know, and of course the website was a big, you know, leap for us in terms of getting to that point, because it was always something in planning, and so now we actually accomplished it, and it's now live, rsrrproductions.com, and people are purchasing tickets online for Naparima Bowl and for Queen's Hall. People are making use of the website. And it's very easy to navigate, and a lot of information about the actors. and actresses and all sorts of things. It's a lot to explore on the website because we wanted it to have that sort of feel and vibe and be theatrical too, because that's what we do.
Yes, of course.
You know, so a lot of people have been accessing it and making use of purchasing tickets on that site too.
Okay, well, it's definitely an exciting weekend to look forward to. As you said, if you miss it this week, you could find yourself down south and catch it for next week. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on this morning and, you know, letting us know the excitement, the fun, that there is more to live theater than probably what persons would just say and talk. And like you said, if you haven't been to any theater shows before, you know, Scandal in Cedros is the best place to start.
Well said. I wish I had come down to the Scandal. I just want to shout out to all of the actors. Besides and myself and Deborah, of course, you also have Kern Samuel. You have Nicholas
Tubero, because we spoke about Benita Wilson, Arnold Penny Goinham.
Goindan.
Yes.
And Anna Penny Goindan. And he, of course, he's a Chatham taxi driver in the play. And he is hilarious.
Let me tell you, yes, my character orders a taxi. Let's just leave that there. And he turns up.
And Kern Branca at the end. Well, I wouldn't give a... I will leave that as a mystery.
Yes.
But yeah, and of course written by Ricardo Samuel, and of course Lisa Bain, our production manager.
Big up to Lisa.
Yeah, who's always on top of what marketing is happening in terms of the play and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a wonderful team.
And our crew, of course. Stage manager Carlos Quashi, and Annie and Joey. And
backstage, and our costumier, Sean Edwards. You know,
it's a tight ship, as we like to say. It's a tight ship, and teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. I always tell people theater is not about one person, it's an ensemble piece. It's always about different people working together to make this magic happen, because we call it magic. The magic.
It sounds so the way you guys have been expressing
we literally step into the magic, right?
We have to really say that every night, step into the magic, because it's such an experience for us too, even though we've been doing it for years. But it's always an experience stepping into the light and you know, entertaining audiences.
Absolutely.
You know.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on this morning and sharing this with us and sharing this with the viewers, so that they do know that there is something looking forward to them this weekend and next weekend as well.
Do not miss the Scandal.
Don't miss it, okay?
Thanks so much, Sakia.
No problem. Guys, as we wrap up today's show, we hope that everything that happened, every information that you got from our other guests as well, was informative, and you do have something to look forward this weekend too. So make sure and go out and be a part of it and be a part of the magic and, you know, in that experience as well. And as I always say to close, stay safe, stay informed, stay positive. Up next, we do have Sean Michael Small at 8 with Talking Points, and I'll see you again next week. Have a great Friday and an even greater weekend. Goodbye.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for a musical explosion of freedom, culture, and pure steel band magic.
Featuring 5 of the nation's super bands, plus their talented youth bands.
Get ready for generations of steel.
The ultimate celebration of our national instrument.
Featuring 5 of the nation's super bands, plus their talented youth band.
Experience the power and passion of Desperados,
Shell Invaders,
Massey Trinidad All-Stars,
First Citizens Supernovas,
and the pride of the South, Fun Clear. Saturday, July 11th
at the iconic Grand